I'm very glad to introduce now a young Punjabi boxer ਤੇ ਈਸਟ ਲੰਡਨ ਤੋਂ ਵੈਸੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨੈਫਿਊ ਵੀ ਆ ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਡੈਡੀ ਜੋ ਹੈਗੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਭਰਾ ਵੀ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੀ ਗਰੋ ਅਪ ਫਰਮ ਅ ਵਿਲੇਜ ਇਨ ਰੇਨਮ ਇਨ ਐਸੈਕਸ ਐਂਡ ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਹੈਡਲਾਈਨਸ ਮੇਕ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ for both reasons, for revolutionary spirit and also for his sport. So Inder Bassi, Sat Sri Akal ji.
Sat Sri Akal ji, how you doing, uncle?
I'm going very good, I'm very good. And ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਦੱਸ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਬੈਕਗ੍ਰਾਉਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਪਰ ਥੋੜੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਡੈਡ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਤਾਇਆ what they're famous for, ਉਹ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਲਈ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਆ and also ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੈਕਗ੍ਰਾਉਂਡ ਕੀ ਹੈ
So as you said, I'm a professional boxer. I've been professional for just over 15 months. But I come from a family of athletes. So ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ ਸੀਗੇ back in the 60s, they used to play kabaddi in the pen, they used to do wrestling. But when they come to England, Muhammad Ali was a big name. And they was inspired by Muhammad Ali and they took up boxing.
Okay.
That was back in the 60s and he was the first Asian boxer.
Wow.
All those many years ago. And then from my babaji, my taya, my dad, they all took up boxing. My dad used to wrestle. He used to wrestle freestyle wrestling at a national level. My taya was a really good boxer. And now, obviously, I'm third generation. I'm a professional. But obviously, I've still got family members who are still in boxing. I've got one of my uncles, Jumbo. He's an Olympic referee. So on an Olympic, one of the highest stages in amateur sport is the Olympics. He's a referee in that. You know, my dad and my taya dono kabaddi khele sige for many years. Born and bred in England, but they played kabaddi internationally, and now I'm trying to follow their footsteps.
When we look at role models, so ਹੋਰ ਸਪੋਰਟਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਬਹੁਤੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਪਰ ਆਪ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਰੋਲ ਮਾਡਲਸ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਬਾਕਸਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ I mean Prince Naseem, Amir Khan, ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ I can't really think of how many sort of role models we got.
No, that's right. From an Asian sort of heritage, there's not many boxers. The couple that we do have, you know, Amir Khan, Prince Naseem, but as Indians we don't really have many boxers. Growing up it was always difficult to try and relate to a boxer who was from an Indian background who had similar experiences, but there was none. But hopefully, you know, I can change that and I can inspire the youth and lead the way and set the standards.
Now you've been through quite a revolutionary case, है ना? ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਕੇਸ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਾਫੀ revolutionary ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਾਕਸਿੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਾੜੀ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਬਾਕਸਿੰਗ ਕਰਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਾੜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਕਸਿੰਗ ਕਰਨੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਬਜੈਕਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਬੋਰਡ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ you can't box with a beard. So tell us a bit about that.
Right, so in amateur boxing across the world, so you watch the Olympics, you're not allowed a beard. In any amateur boxing competition across the world, even in India, you're not allowed any facial hair. Daadi nahi rakh sakde. Tusi professional ho ke rakh sakde. You can do kickboxing, karate, any other contact sport, you can keep one. But amateur boxing, you were never allowed. And ਇਹ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਚਿਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਰਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤਾਂ ਸੇ ਜਦੋਂ when I was little, when I was 12, 13, it didn't affect me. I didn't have facial hair. But when I was coming of age, you know, 16, 17, although ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ, you know, I can't shave now, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦਾੜੀ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ
ਕੇਸ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਹੈ
exactly. So ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ, we had Lions MMA from the Midlands. There was a few other people, a solicitor. We had Dr. Harvey, who's a doctor. He was a medical side. And we got together and put a case forward to the British Board of Boxing Control. And, you know, we had a Singh who done the legal side. We had the Dr. Harvey who gave the medical side. And then I was obviously the case study. Where there was no other Punjabi Sikh boxers in the country, they needed a kind of case study. Say, listen, we can bring this rule forward, but who would it benefit? You know, is there any Sikh boxers? And so I was the only one. And so I was used as a case study, and it didn't only benefit Sikhs, but it benefited everybody. Everybody keeps a beard nowadays. It's fashion.
Yeah, it is.
But with that overturning of the beard ban, we've seen a lot more young Punjabi Sikh fighters coming through now. We never had any. But there's a lot of youngsters who are taking up boxing because there's nothing stopping them now.
How hard is it for Asians to get into boxing? Asians ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਖੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ karate ਸਿੱਖਦੇ ਆ kickboxing ਕਰਦੇ ਆ like you know we've got good inspirations for that Cash to Flash Gill for a long time and you know we've got other inspirations but how hard is it for you? I mean we've grown up seeing white boxers, black boxers. We've never grown up seeing some Asian boxers until recently. So how hard was it? Did you know it was going to be hard to get in there? Were there a lot of obstacles in your way?
Definitely, you know, definitely was a lot of obstacles. You know, I'd go to where I made a ball pitch and obviously I couldn't box with a Jura. they would look at me and laugh. They'd never seen a Sikh boxer. A lot of amateur boxing is dominated by like, you know, travellers, Irish families. They'd never seen a thing. So they would look at you with long hair. They would, you know, they would make remarks, but it was just something that I had to sort of take it and move forward. You know, I had to, like I said, I had to lead the way. So I was used to it. It was tough at times, you know. For example, I went to 4 national finals I've been in. But I've never won one. I've always lost on a split decision, Janaki. Right. I've always lost, you know. But it was tough, but it was something, you know, I had my family backing me. I had my family support. So it was something that I'd done, and hopefully I'd done it successfully.
I mean, even if you look at the whole setup, right? So the boxing boards, I don't think there's any Asians in there, right? Referees, Bokat mein dekhiya. Basically, your dabbar is like Asian boxing, right? So I don't know any referees. No. Any promoters?
Nothing. No.
Asian over nahi dekhe. So it's all geared up against you, right?
I was the only Apana doing, only Indian doing it, not even Apana, but I wasn't only Punjabi, I was only Indian doing it.
Right.
Like I said, with the beard ban being overturned, there's a lot more youngsters coming through, but at that time I was the only one.
Now, I know your dad and your dad, they used to play kabaddi.
Yeah.
And now they've taken that seva on because your Babaji is president at East London Gurdwara. So, tell us a bit about what you do to encourage other kids to get in and what they do.
So, at the Two Goddards in East London, we run a kids class. We teach them boxing, wrestling and kabaddi.
Yeah.
It's all free of charge. Our only rule is,
yeah.
And then come train for free. So every Sunday is at Bark and Goddards. And obviously because of COVID, we've had to shut down obviously.
Yeah.
But we have like 30, 40, 50 kids every week.
Wow.
And we teach them everything for free, like I said, boxing, wrestling and kabaddi. And with that, they become closer to their guru.
Yeah.
They come Goddards on a Sunday evening. And secondly, it gives them the self-confidence. You know, a lot of we get a lot of parents who bring their kids in and they've been bullied in school because they're young things or India they don't know the English language. Loads of different things. And when they come to the club, they make friends. Yeah. You know, they make people their age who've had similar experiences maybe. And then after a few weeks, they gain confidence in themselves. You know, we don't teach them how to street fight, but we give them the confidence to stand up for yourself if
and
you
defend
need
yourself.
Exactly, yeah. And so the main idea is, and second, defend themselves. That's a very big thing. And, once they do that to a certain level, they can then go on, if they want to compete at a bigger, higher level, they can go to bigger clubs and bigger competitions, but they get the basics from the Gurdwara.
Wow. And where do you hope to go with your career? I mean, where do you hope to go now? I know you train hard.
Yeah.
You've got fights coming up soon as well.
Yeah, next month, my next fight, but I hope to go all the way to the top, Like I said, I'll be the first Upper to do it, British champion, European champion, hopefully world champion one day. There's nothing stopping me, so,
What message would you give to jore bache ya maape ya dekhde out there, jere aur sochte ke bache want to learn self-defense or boxing sikhna chaਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ? Or, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ and mom and dad are saying, ਨਹੀਂ ਯਾਰ ਤੇਰੇ ਸੱਟਾਂ ਲੱਗਣੀਆਂ and all that. You look all right to me. ਨੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੰਡਾ ਤਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇਰਾ, ਦੰਦ ਵੀ ਸਹੀ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ. So, I mean, what message would you give? ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ message ਕੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ?
The message I'd give to the parents who are kind of reluctant to send their kids in is just go for it, because a lot of people watch the Rocky films and they think sada move party and every fight you have, nakatoti and dan the but that's not what boxing is. Exactly. Boxing's not that. Boxing's an art form. It's good. It keeps you off the streets. It keeps you down a straight and narrow. Young kids, just go for it. If the kid wants to box, boy or girl, it's not just limited to boys. We teach the girls as well.
Oh, we teach girls.
We teach girls as well. We have about 15 girls. If you want to box, go for it. There's nothing stopping us. The only thing is stopping us but that's not how it works. That's not how boxing is. It's not a street fight. It's an art form.
It's more about not getting hit.
Exactly. The art of boxing is not getting hit. But people judge it off Rocky films and the Rocky film or
the old films, the Desi ones.
Exactly, yeah.
Inder, thank you very much for this. We're wishing you the best in your career, and people like Inder are role models. क्यों ये नवा काम कर रहे हैं और उस फील्ड ਵਿੱਚ लेके जा रहे जिथे अपने है नहीं. So hopefully more will follow in that field, and ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਲੈਣੀ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ you want to send your kids training ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਜੋ ਈਸਟ ਲੰਡਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਲਾਸਿਸ ਐਂਡ all over the country ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ like Lions MMA Huddersfield ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਸੈਲਫ ਡਿਫੈਂਸ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਐਂਡ ਸਿਖਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਵੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜੋ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਸਿੱਖੋਗੇ ਕਰਨੀ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਰਿਲਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਸੋ Thank you, Inder, for coming on. Now we're going to see a clip of you in action. So ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੁੱਕੇ ਵੱਜਦੇ ਐਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੁੱਕੇ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਖਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ